just picked up to film all of our group's adventures on. And before I even get into the actual review, I just want to kind of look at what went into my mind before I even bought this camera. Up until this really point, a lot of our cameras were GoPros, iPhones, 4S's majority of the time, and every once in a while we'll get a Canon, I think it was a 40 into the picture. But a majority of our cameras were, actually all of them, except for the GoPro, were not waterproof, and it just really wasn't designed to be kind of an outdoors camera. So after about 5 months of the channel going online and everything, we decided to, some of our viewers, they really need to see what we see when we go out. So the decision was made, and I picked up one of these cameras. And before I even started looking into the market, there was a couple of key aspects that the camera had to have. It had to be waterproof. Since we're always around water, we always want to go underwater, so it had to be waterproof. Shockproof is a big plus. It's going to be in the backpack, hiking with us, fishing with us, jumping from rock to rock. So it's got to be shockproof as well. It had to have a zoom. I know it's not a big issue for a standard camera, but for a lot of the outdoorsy cameras like the GoPros and all that other kind of market of cameras, a lot of them don't have a zoom. So if we had a zoom, it would be a lot better. And that really was all the criteria that I wanted. And and we also would like it to have the capability to play back also, but that wasn't a big thing. If it had it, it was great. If it didn't, well, it's not too bad. But so after looking around for about 2 months, just on and off, kind of looking around, see what other people are having. There was rumor that a GoPro was coming out, a new one was coming out, and it did. I know JVC came out with JVC came out with the Addiction, and Sony also came out with another one, but it wasn't what we wanted. Video quality wasn't that high, no zoom, that type of stuff. So did some research on did it on YouTube, and on YouTube we found that there was a camera at the time. It was only available in Japan, called the GW77, and it wasn't part of the Sony Handycam lineup yet. When Sony brought it over, they put it into the Handycam cam line, and they relabeled it HDR-GW77. At least that's what my research was telling me. Could be wrong. And a lot of the Japanese guys were, I saw a video where they were taking it fishing up in the mountains, and I said, that's exactly what we needed. So, lo and behold, I bought it, and here it is. And there goes my review on it. And there's a lot of things that I found from personal use that in those videos they did not have, or did not cover. And I think this is going to be the most in-depth review you'll find on the internet about the GW77, because one, I'm not sponsored by anybody, so I can speak my mind. It's a fully independent review. I'll give you all the goods and the bads. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started with some features, alright? Here's the box that it comes in. Pretty cool. Sony always has pretty cool boxes. And here's some of the key features on it. You zoom in, focus for you guys. There it is. Full HD, 1080p. That's what they claim. Intelligent sweep panoramic, 20.4 megapixels on still shots. And also, I bought the white one. The reason why I bought the white one is because when I'm outdoors, if I had a black camera, the cameras tend to overheat. So that's a big thing for you guys that are looking at this and that are looking to take it outdoors. And if you're in a hunting situation, I do not recommend white, but you could always put some camo tape or something around the outside if you want, and that should be fine for you. It is also waterproof up to 16 feet, and it is shockproof and dustproof, which is a big bonus for us. That's exactly what we need. We're always in the environments. Let's see what else we got here. Model number, made in Japan. And we have it's memory stick compatible and micro SD compatible, which is a good thing. It's got the Sony G lens, the XMR, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, CMOS sensor. And from what I've read, that's a really good sensor for a lower light condition type thing. And that's one of the things that we found out when we were video recording out in the in the woods on the iPhones, where they just do not record well at all in dark. You'll get too much grain effect, or grainy distortion. And of course, you got a power connector, rechargeable battery pack, power cord, USB, cable, HDMI, and a wrist strap. It's also got some of the specs on the operating system's requirements. And there you go. Some of those are the requirements. Most computers nowadays can do just fine. But the thing is, for Windows, it works perfectly fine. I think the actual Windows software will work fine on a Windows computer, but for the Macintosh users, you're kind of out of luck. I know in the box it says right here, camera is compatible with Mac operating system. See URL below for operating requirements for download software. I went to that, and it was all in Japanese, and I couldn't understand what I was trying to do. And I could not get a download going. I didn't know what I was doing. So luckily for me, I hook it right up, and Final Cut Pro recognized the camera, and you can pull all the video right off Final Cut Pro, or with Final Cut Pro, and it's fine. It works great. Another shot of some accessories you can buy. Of course, these don't come with a camera. It comes with one battery, no extra chargers, no carrying case. But let's take a look at the accessories. Accessories are right here. Accessories comes with one Sony G battery, aka let me see. It comes with one Sony NP-BG1 battery. This is a very common battery for all camcorders. Not camcorders, all cameras. Smaller handheld pocket cameras. Very popular battery from Sony. And it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. I'll tell you why in a little bit. Cables. HDMI cable for sharing with your friends on your big screen TV if you want. And the power adapter. There's just a standard power adapter. Standard everything. But the thing is, it goes into a USB adapter, and that actually plugs into the back of your camera. Oh, and we might as well get right into it. To open it up, to get access to everything, pop that open and see that again. So basically, you press down on this, the back end slides back, and it comes right up. Everything is right in here. There you go. There's everything. Both SD card and Sony micro discs. I forgot what it was called. Plugs right in there. Battery is retained via blue clip. Pops right out like so. And there's nothing else in there. Okay. That's your charging cable. And I believe that's the HDMI. Yes, it is HDMI right there. And that's your charging and USB cable. Plugs in right there. And for waterproof protection, you've got this door that is rubber, and this door will sit right in here. It's got like a cutout right in here, so you can go down and sit in. It just pops up like that, and it's a really tight fit. I've already threw it in the Sinc for 10 minutes with it on, and not recording, but on, and yeah, it is waterproof, like the specs say. So, plug the camera back in. Let's see. We'll plug the battery back in. It's pretty simple. Goes right in. Close it. Close it. Slide right up. You're done. Okay, so out of the box, you're going to see these stickers. Waterproof, super steady, image stabilization features, and 17x extended zoom. That's with the digital zoom in it, I believe. Optical, it's just 10x. So there is the LCD. It actually folds in like this. We'll do that in a little bit. In the meantime, let's cover the bottom. The bottom seems like it's got a speaker here. It's got your standard tripod mount. It's got the door opener, or the door switch, and then there's a door going to the... Okay, these are the controls. You got your start and stop, photo, and your mode, W and T, zoom in and zoom out. And let's see, onto the right side, we got basically the plainest side out there, but it does have this cool textured jimping that extends and wraps around the corner here. It goes to the front, but it does not go back to the side, which I was kind of bummed about. I was wanting this to actually come and at least cover the door. So that could be an improvement that Sony can do. Let's see, what else we got? We got the front. It's got a flash for photos, but the flash does not work for video. I haven't figured that out. If there is an option for you to do that, I haven't figured it out. If you know what it is, please let me know. The waterproof capabilities are stamped right here. 16 feet for the Americans, 5 meters for everybody else. It's got a wide zoom lens on here, Sony G lens, 10x optical, and those are the, let me see, you can zoom in and fix that for you. Those are the specs for the opticals, or the optics, and that should satisfy all you photo gurus out there. Going to the top, you have just a reminder that you can do your, let me see. So you can do your videos in AV HD progressive, 17x extended zoom. It's also got GPS capabilities, which what it does is every time you start taking photos or videos, it'll GPS your location and it'll keep it in your photo album via GPS location if you wanted to. Alright guys, so that is the camera without even opening it up. Alright. So let's open it up. Looking at it, you got pretty good quality. Well, we can't see it because I'm recording it through another camera, but if you could, you'd see it's got pretty good quality on it. There you go. It's a flip design, touch screen, and the screen works pretty well in normal temperatures. Okay, if the screen it sees hot temperatures or cold temperatures, it's not going to work very well. I took it hunting one time in, I believe, 45-degree weather, and the screen was not working very well. It was you had to actually tap it really hard, or you had to actually hold it down, and then it'll go. Alright, so there it is. And if you're a smartphone user, don't expect the display on this camera to be as good as the display in your smartphone camera. Seems like the resolution's not as high, and the touch sense capability is not as good. But yeah, you can also record and zoom in and zoom out right on the screen too if you want. If you don't want to do that on the actual physical buttons. So I just accidentally pressed record and then go back. And then you could, to go to the other modes, all you have to do is just press the button. It even tells you what mode you're in right here. It'll toggle back and forth. There you go. It's a little hard on these buttons. These buttons are a lot harder than your normal buttons. That's primarily, I believe, because they have to do some type of a seal underneath the button to keep it waterproof. Now, speaking of waterproof, I haven't really taken it on fishing expeditions where we have videotaped fish underwater, but I can tell you that I've stuck it in my tank, my fish tank, for about 10 minutes with it on, and it did survive. Okay, but I didn't record it, so lo and behold, keep an eye out, and sooner or later you'll see video of that. Alright, let's go through the menu a little bit on the movie mode. On movie mode, let's go through the menu a little bit. When it comes up, this is what you'll see. In order to get to the menu, you have to tap the middle of the screen and then you have to tap the menu button right up here, and you'll see this come right up, and this is where you do all your settings and everything else right up in here. If you just want to preview your pictures that you've already taken, you just click here. See that? That's just to show you that the screen is not super responsive like your smartphones. Okay, so recently I just did a video on one of my sniper rifle builds, and as you can see, it's grouped. If you can scroll, and the other ones can come up just like that, and you can also click on them. It'll tell you what's available. So here you go. Here's a picture of one of our betas. No, that's a really bad picture. This image, nope, this image, delete, and that's how you delete. Not a lot of people show you how to do that either. Not very important in a review, but I'd still like to know if I'm spending this type of money on this camera. Okay, so that brings us into the video, the photo mode. Here's photo, and this is 20.4 megapixels. And there's other settings that you can set up for lower, but I always go with the highest megapixel I can. But here, okay, here's the tricky part. You can't, once you're in photo mode, you can't press this button anymore. You have to press the photo button. There it is. Alright, so there you go. There's the camera. The screen can swivel so you can see yourself. Alright, there it is, and there I am. And that's me behind a iPhone doing my videos. And it can also come back down like this, so you can hold it almost like a PS3 and view your pictures and photos. But other than that, right back up, turn it over, close it, turns off. And it's a positive close too, okay? Because I've seen these cameras where a lot of these cameras from other manufacturers where when you close it, it's really easy to have this door catch on something and it'll open on you. But this is actually pretty nice. It's rounded off like this, so the odds of you catching this is pretty hard. You're gonna have problems trying to open this viewfinder more than you're gonna have problems trying to keep it from opening up. But if you ever do, just put a rubber band around it. No big deal. But if you have gloves, because I tried this one time, with gloves it's hard to open this up. When you have bare fingers, it's fine. Gloves, the only way you can really open this up is this little piece right here. You can see it right here, and you basically fingernail it open. Okay, you really have to fingernail it, or you have to pinch it like this, because there's two sides. There's two. There's the little clip here on both sides. Open it with two fingers, it comes right up. There you go. So that's my review on it. And how come you haven't given us a price yet? Well, I was saving the price for last. This thing costs $700. 700 United States dollars, USD. So for $700, there's a lot of arguing that you can do for, say, a GoPro or any other camera out there that has the same capabilities of this, that might cost you maybe just $600, okay? But it's not a dedicated camera. You have to add in so many accessories. It'll just add more complication and the more likelihood for that camera to fail, okay? We have a unit that's completely built and tested together like this, in my opinion. You do have a much better reliability factor, alright? So, there it is. That's the HDR-GW77 review from Connery 24/7 Outdoor Addiction. And if you haven't seen our videos, our awesome extreme fishing videos, please check them out. Okay, so that was all good. Everything I've said so far is all good. And some of you might be thinking, wow, that's a great camera. Well, now I'm going to tell you about the bads, okay? Sorry, just have to do it. That's what a reviewer does. Goods and bads. The first bad thing I found about this camera was that the battery is only good for about 40 minutes on the highest quality record, which is your HD 60p progressive. On a full charge, it's only good for about 40 minutes of runtime. Okay, so that's bad. And the main reason for that is because they are using a smaller battery. And in a way, it's great. In a way, it's bad. Just make sure you have another battery. No big deal. This battery, I don't think, was ever really designed to be run in a camera of this caliber. I think it was more for those point-and-shoot cameras, and not really a dedicated camcorder. Okay, so that's one of the main problems, and that's a thing that I've actually heard other people say too. So yeah, it's a bad thing. But don't worry, just grab another battery, you're good to go. The other bad thing, or bad things, is this guy. I don't know if I can zoom in close enough so you can see it, but this little mark right there. Okay, let me hold it. And there you go. That's a scratch. Yeah, that's a scratch on the lens. That is not good. I mean, I think it's the protective lens, but it's not interchangeable, so you're kind of screwed if you scratch it like I did. All I really did was throw this thing in my pocket, and I guess I had keys or something in there at the time, and yeah, there you go. It's scratched already. It's only about 3 weeks old. Alright, so a lot of the other cameras that Sony will give you, they'll come with some type of a cover that they usually ship with it. Not this thing. This thing came out of the box like this. No covers of any sorts. And I don't know if anybody out there actually makes a cover for this. It's got a strange, if you look at it, it's got a strange, see, it's got a strange, it just pops out. The lens here just kind of pops out right here. It's not like you could put a lens, like a standard lens cap on it. It's not circular. So it's going to be kind of hard to do if you want to do something like that. So that's the bad thing about it. There you go. I'm sure I'm thinking about something else. I'll find something else bad. So, for $700, is it worth it? Well, I think that question is going to be very dependent on who you are. If you're an outdoors person, fisherman, primarily, people who work around water, it is completely worth it, okay? Because there's not a lot of waterproof cameras out there that can pack a package like this. I don't think there's any for $700. Well, if you shop during the holiday seasons, you might actually get a little cheaper, but more than likely you're going to buy it online. I could not find this at Best Buy. I could not find it at Sears. I could not find it, your local retail shops. They just didn't carry it. It's kind of like a specialty item. So you could probably have them ordered for you, but odds are they're not going to get them in stock for at least a couple of days. So I actually had to buy mine. I bought it directly through Sony. I'm a Sony card holder, and if you're a Sony card holder, you actually get $100 off, okay? So there you go. If you are an Alaskan guide, this would be a great camera, okay? Or any guides in general in the world of fishing, great camera to have, because you can put this. It fits in my hand like this, and I have really, really small hands. If you got gorilla hands, it'll be even better. All right, great camera for guides. I cannot stress that enough. Bad camera for hunters, okay? Because you're out in the elements. Not a good camera for the regular person, okay? What I mean by the regular person is the person who will never take it outdoors. For $700, there's a lot more camera in another camera, okay? Because this, I would say, video quality-wise and features-wise, if you were going to take the waterproof capability out of it, it's not very impressive. This is probably like a $300, $400 camera, okay? And just because they put the video, the waterproof technology they have into it, the price basically doubled, okay? And I don't know exactly what they did, but everything is really, really, really tight. Everything is really tight. You can't really see any cracks, crevices anywhere. All the parts fit up near perfect. It's almost like they were built for each other with, I'm assuming, really, really tight tolerances and seals and gaskets on every edge, every corner, okay? And that is like attention to detail, and that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people don't do waterproof cameras. And if you do one, you have to do it right, because if you are a manufacturer and somebody dunks this camera and you say it's waterproof and somebody dunk it and it goes out, you've just wasted a $700 camera. There's no way a manufacturer can repair something like this if it's been dumped in water, okay? So there's a review, guys. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys subscribe to my channel. Hey, if you watched this far already, I'm pretty sure you like what you've just seen, so please be sure to subscribe and check out our other videos. If you have any pictures you'd like to share with us, please post them up on our Facebook page or tag us on Instagram.